Hello and welcome to One Piece episode 634, Quick Summary and Review. I am Divins from Oro Jackson and let's get started. The episode this week, titled The Pirate Prince Cavendish, covers the leftover material from manga chapter 704 and material from chapter 705 up until Admiral Fujitora's introduction. The episode begins with where it left off last week. Cavendish introduces himself formally as Cavendish of the White Horse. He is the captain of the beautiful pirates with a bounty of 280 million berries. The female staff at the Colosseum continue to fangirl over his beauty. Cavendish boasts about himself and the fact that he has made it so far in his pirate career without a devil fruit. While Cavendish is boasting about himself and presuming that Luffy, who is currently undercover as Lucy, is listening to him, Luffy totally ignores him while he is told by a member of the Colosseum staff that his current armor is overweight. He's wearing like this heavy armor, chest plate, all sorts of armor, and he didn't realize that there was a weight limit. Cavendish explained this to him earlier, but he totally ignored Cavendish, which also makes him quite upset. Cavendish then continues to explain that the gladiators are just a part of a show for the audience and that the audience loves seeing blood spilled, and thus there is a weight limit for how much armor a gladiator can wear. While speaking, for some odd reason, Cavendish also decides to eat the rose he is holding. I mean, I don't know how someone can eat a rose, but that's fine. Cavendish asks Luffy who he is, and Luffy, forgetting that he's undercover, reveals his name. Luckily for him, he just removes his cape at the right time, and the other gladiators see the name on his back as Lucy. They call him dumb for mistaking his own name. Cavendish then expresses his hatred for the worst generation pirate, and that if Lucy was truly Luffy, he would kill him right then and there. Cavendish's reason to hate the worst generation pirate is that they took away the media limelight from him, and after the War of the Best at Marineford, no one takes any interest in him anymore. After this conversation, Luffy stands near the statue of Kairos, a legendary fighter who never lost a single fight in the Colosseum. Though he stopped fighting in the Colosseum 20 years back and no one in Dressrosa remembers him, he is thought of as a fairy tale. He meets Rebecca, a female gladiator, who explains him more about Kairos. Rebecca is also scorned by the other male gladiators. She wishes Luffy good luck and hopes they both make it the final of the event from their respective block. We then go to the Battle of Block A, where a contestant named Mr. Store was so strong that all the A block contestants were falling left, right, and center trying to take him out. Mr. Store defeats all the contestants of Block A with one swift move, and after winning, tears apart the bag on his head and reveals his true identity. He is Jesus Burgess, the captain of the first ship of the fearful Emperor Blackbeard. Luffy recognizes Burgess instantly, and Frankie mentions how he thought it would be an easy win for Luffy in the Colosseum, but now that the Blackbeard pirates are involved, things would change. The crowd, impressed by Burgess, start to cheer him on. Frankie and the one-legged toy soldier decide to leave the Colosseum in search of the factory, which Frankie has to destroy. Inside the Colosseum, Gambia, a staff officer of the pirate group Barto Club, whose captain is the super rookie Bartolomeo, appears in front of a strange man reporting things via Dendenmushi to his colleagues outside. After a short conversation, Gambia comes to a conclusion that the strange man is a marine officer, which leads to the beginning of a scuffle between the two. As the injured contestants of A block are being carried away, the blind man we have been seeing up until now leaves the Colosseum, stating that there are quite a few renowned names he has heard today. Outside the Colosseum, he puts on his coat and it is revealed that this blind man is a Marine HQ Admiral, alias Fujitora, and his real name is Isho. We also hear a new and epic OST during his introduction. The Marines under Admiral Isho, who infiltrated Dressrosa in disguise, now put on their uniforms, and their plan sets into motion. Fujitora decides he needs a backup of 3 Marine ships on Dressrosa as he decides to head towards Greenbit, where Law and Doflamingo are going to be exchanging Caesar. He tells the lower-ranking Marine officer with him to find out how many spectators are present at the Colosseum and the population of the whole town. While the lower-ranking officer questions his order, he explains that he believes, and I quote him, what we have to consider first is not the number of enemies, but the number of people we have to protect. This gives you a feeling of the sense of justice that Fujitora has, and that he's a good marine admiral, and the people who follow him out of respect and not fear, as you would presume people would follow Akainu out of fear, and the minority would follow him out of respect. Inside the Colosseum, the contestant Capman, who Gambia confronted, turns out to be Marine Vice Admiral Maynard. He defeats Gambia, who is beaten to a near death state. A character appears behind Maynard as he walks away from the scene of the fight that just took place. The Marines present in Dressrosa gather near Admiral Fujitora and they begin to head towards Greenbit in full force. As the episode nears its end, Luffy, who is viewing the aftermath of Block A battle, is greeted by an unexpected figure, Bellamy the Hyena. Now that we got the quick summary out of the way, I'll move on to my review of the chapter. It'll be short because I don't have much to say, but this episode was executed better than I expected. Truly better. There are a couple of differences between the manga and the anime at this stage, but the anime is handling those differences well, and it doesn't have a filler feel to it at all. I am impressed by Rebecca's voice actor with what little of her we saw this episode. Burgess's laugh, the wee ha ha ha, it has the fans going wee ha 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 as well. And the addition of the new OST continues in this arc. We have already heard a lot of new original soundtracks, and this episode we hear another new epic OST which introduces Marine Admiral Fujitora. Overall, this episode had a great pacing, great direction, and real good animation and artwork. I hope the Dressrosa arc in the anime continues to go well and maintains the same quality. This episode gets a thumbs up for me, and I would recommend you to watch it even if you aren't a One Piece fan and you just follow the manga. You need to watch the Dressrosa arc because they are executing it really well. That's it for the anime review this week, folks. Hope you tune in next week where I'll be back with another episode review. If you haven't already checked out, go visit Oro Jackson. It's one of the best One Piece communities online. Have a great week ahead, and this is Divins signing off.